Hey everybody, Do Not Take It Seriously here today on the Burns Redo. We are reviewing Tron, which I have on DVD, but I also have on the Blu-ray pack. This movie came out in 1982, and it has Jeff Bridges and Bruce Boxleitner. And the film itself, when I first watched it, when I was little, I didn't watch it in 82, I won't say how old I was then, but I watched it probably about 86, I'd say. And I thought it was really cool, but I didn't understand all the stuff that was in it because I didn't understand the computer graphics side of it. I just thought it looked neat. When I found out about the film, about what they had done in it, it's an amazing film. They actually, just three quick things to tell you. All of the computer scenes that are in this film were filmed in black and white, and then later they would have someone go in and hand draw with rotoscoping the colors for the light cycles, the uniforms, the colors that were put into it. It was all photographically done. And I mean, to be filmed in black and white and then rotoscoped in later, I mean, that's amazing. I thought that was pretty cool. Another thing they did was where the light cycles are. For every movement of one of those light cycles, someone had to sit at a computer, they had to type in the coordinates, and they had to do that every single time. Like the coordinates for exactly where it is on the grid in the film. 600 coordinates were entered for the computer scenes with the light cycles and different various things that were put in there. And I mean, that would take hours upon hours to do. I mean, I'm remembering things that I've had to enter and stuff like that, and I mean, it takes a while to do coordinates and then make sure they're accurate, do it again, run it, see how it looks. I mean, that's a lot of hard work put into that. Another thing that they had going on was they took a camera, and it was for many of the, I believe it was the computer scenes, and it was some of the other scenes. They took a camera and they put what they called like Batman wings almost or something on it. It was just like wings on either side, and they bolted it to the floor. So this camera would not move. They even said that a car could not knock this camera over. And the shots that they got with that were a lot of the still shots and some of the computer shots where people are just standing there, they're talking, they're inside the computer. And it just, I mean, the things that they had to create in order to make it a great film then is just amazing to me because, you know, obviously it's 1982, there aren't a lot of computer graphics around, they don't have anything near what they have now. I mean, this film itself, I think they pulled off quite a bit with it, and they did a wonderful job. And I know it didn't do well in the box office when it first came out, but I did recently find out, and I didn't know this until today actually, the game that they made, there was a Tron game that they made, actually was more of a hit than the movie at the time, and actually grossed more than the film. But the film is considered a cult classic. There are a lot of followers to Tron, a lot of people that get their kids interested in Tron. They had it on, you know, VHS, or they have it on DVD and they'll show it to their kids because it's a good family movie, and they're getting people involved in it. And I think that's awesome because, like I said, this is a lot of hard work put into the 1982 version of Tron. There's a lot of effort, a lot of hours, and you can see, I mean, it really does pay off. And when you watch it, if you don't realize that in advance, I think you just see it as, you know, kind of a drawn-out story. It's kind of boring because it's not action-packed, and you don't get into it as much as you would if it was, you know, a Bruce Willis film or something else, obviously. Something action-related, more action-related. I think, though, that for me, this film, watching the scenes, there are a few times when it does drag, obviously, but you have to realize it's 1982. They're giving you a backstory, they're telling you what's happening to the character, and they're doing what most movies don't do now. They're explaining the plot. A lot of movies don't do that. They jump right into it, and then they'll do a flashback or something else. And this film doesn't do that. You see Jeff Bridges, and he's obviously working hard on this computer game, an arcade game that he wants to bring out. You know that he's a hacker, obviously, because he talks about that in the film. When you see him getting sucked into this game, it's just, you want to fight with him. You want to help him do all the gladiator type games he has to do in order to get back out to see his son again, because you see his son in the beginning of the film, and he's really vying for his dad's attention and trying to get him to do things with him. And then you see what happens, and the computer program that he creates, I mean, that's kind of surreal. He creates something that then later controls him. You see him trying to fight against this and battle against this, and I don't know, I think that's what makes it a good movie, because they show many different aspects of what's going on. And then, like I said, the effort put into it, the look of the film itself, I think it's a great movie. And like I said, obviously you can show it to your kids, you can show it to whomever. It's a good movie for any time. And I think the one main thing I noticed the most that I thought was awesome, and I don't know if I do this a lot, but I know I've realized I've been doing it, is I look at the way they film the scene, the way that the camera angles are, and how many times they zoom into a character's face or try to make it more dramatic by changing the angle. And I noticed in Tron they do that, but they don't do it as much as they do in movies now. Like, they do it very sporadically, I guess, and when they do that, it doesn't overload you with what's going on. You can, for me, I can relate to each character that's in the film because of that. There isn't a lot going on. There's enough that it's intriguing and you want to follow along, but it's not so much that you're like, well, wait a minute, what's going on here? And oh my gosh, this is so intense. It's not like that. And there are a couple scenes that are intense, but for me they were. But anyways, I think it's a great film. I think you guys should check it out. Tron, the original classic. If you don't have it on DVD or Blu-ray, you can rent it, hopefully. Some places don't even have it to rent, which is just horrible. They should get it. Anyways, I think it's a great film. I hope you guys check it out, and I hope you like my review. And we'll see you next week. Bye!